Cruising down the highway, windows down low. Sunset paints the sky in a fiery glow. Mountains rise up, touching clouds above. Valleys below, filled with whispers of love. On this road, every scene's a delight. From sunrise to starlight, day to night. Nature's canvas unfolding so grand. In this journey, we're living unplanned. City streets pulse with energy so bright. Neon signs flashing in the depths of night. Skyscrapers stand tall, reaching for the sky. As we pass by, with dreams flying high. No maps, no plans, just an open road. Wherever it leads, we'll happily go. Each sight, each sound, a memory to keep. In this adventure, dreams run deep. On this road, every scene's a delight. From sunrise to starlight, day to night. Nature's canvas unfolding so grand. In this journey, we're living unplanned. On this road, every scene's with the light. From sunrise to starlight, day to night. Nature's canvas unfolding so grand. In this journey, we're living unplanned. Cruising down the highway, windows down low. Sunset paints the sky in a fiery glow. Mountains rise up, touching clouds above. Valleys below, filled with whispers of love. On this road, every scene's a delight. From sunrise to starlight, day to night. Nature's canvas unfolding so grand. In this journey, we're living unplanned. City streets pulse with energy so bright. Neon signs flashing in the depths of night. Skyscrapers stand tall, reaching for the sky. As we pass by, with dreams flying high. No maps, no plans, just an open road. Wherever it leads, we'll happily go. Each sight, each sound, a memory to keep. In this adventure, dreams run deep. On this road, every scene's a delight. From sunrise to starlight, day to night. Nature's canvas unfolding so grand. In this journey, we're living unplanned. On this road, every scene's with the light. From sunrise to starlight, day to night. Nature's canvas unfolding so grand. In this journey, we're living unplanned. Cruising down the highway, windows down low. Sunset paints the sky in a fiery glow. Mountains rise up, touching clouds above. Valleys below, filled with whispers of love. On this road, every scene's a delight. From sunrise to starlight, day to night. Nature's canvas unfolding so grand. In this journey, we're living unplanned. City streets pulse with energy so bright. Neon signs flashing in the depths of night. Skyscrapers stand tall, reaching for the sky. As we pass by, with dreams flying high. No maps, no plans, just an open road. Wherever it leads, we'll happily go. Each sight, each sound, a memory to keep. In this adventure, dreams run deep. On this road, every scene's a delight. From sunrise to starlight, day to night. journey we're living unplanned. On this road, every scene's with the light. From sunrise to starlight, day to night. Nature's canvas unfolding so grand. In this journey, we're living unplanned. Cruising down the highway, windows down low. Sunset paints the sky in a fiery glow. Mountains rise up, touching clouds above. Valleys below, filled with whispers of love. On this road, every scene's a delight. From sunrise to starlight, day to night. Nature's canvas unfolding so grand. In this journey, we're living unplanned. City streets pulse with energy so bright. Neon signs flashing in the depths of night. Skyscrapers stand tall, reaching for the sky. As we pass by, with dreams flying high. No maps, no plans, just an open road. Wherever it leads, we'll happily go. Each sight, each sound, a memory to keep. In this adventure, dreams run deep. On this road, every scene's a delight. From sunrise to starlight, day to night. Nature's canvas unfolding so grand. This journey we're living unplanned.
Destroyed. And also, can you see those green? Yes, this is a very old tradition. They sell second-hand books and second-hand posters. They call them Buchnist. Now, we had a big scandal recently because they wanted to remove all these little shops, and Parisians went mad. They were like, no, it's an old tradition, do not remove them, it means you will never put them back, blah blah blah, petitions and so on. And so we kept them. And I think this wasn't a problem at all. So they're still here, and you have a lot of passionate people working in there. So you have people specializing in crime novels or, crime literature or something. So always interesting. Still on your right, see, never ending. The Louvre is about 600,000 square feet and 11 miles of galleries. Easy to get lost in the Louvre. On your right still you have a bridge, a metallic bridge. This is where we used to have all our love locks. Maybe you remember this. Our academies, like the French Academy, the academy where we decide to add some new words in the dictionary, stuff like this. All our academies have their headquarters there. So Paris is cut into two sections by the river, right? Lucerne. We are currently driving in the south of Paris, and we call this bank the left bank, la rive gauche. Whereas on the other side, across the river, is the right bank, la rive droite. And it's very easy. We decided to call these banks this way because if you go with the flow of the river, which is what we're currently doing, you see where is the right and where is the left. So we're here on the left bank, and before this, it was a royal palace. So our kings lived in the Louvre for centuries, and they gathered art. They had their private collections until the Sun King. The Sun King is the king who moved to Versailles. Maybe you've heard of this other palace, Versailles. And so when he left the Louvre, the Sun King, he granted it to the artists. So we had living artists who were living and working there. So we had everything we needed to turn this place into a museum. I'm sure you've heard about the most Verona means. It actually means Madonna, Mrs. So Mrs. Lisa, yes, it's her husband who asked Da Vinci to do this portrait of his wife, and we don't know why, but he never bought a thing. And the Louvre displays art from antiquity, like ancient Egypt, up until the 1850s. Okay, so the Louvre is really regarded as an academic museum. And then, if you want to know more about art after the 1850s, you have to come here. Musée d'Orsay is the one on the left. So in Orsay, you see art from the 1850s up to the First World War. Initially, this building was a railway station and a hotel, 2 in 1, all built in 1900. Because in 1900 we organized a big world fair and we were expecting a lot of visitors. Those world fairs were lasting for 6 months. So you see millions of people were coming to Paris. We needed new infrastructure, and so we built, and it didn't last for long because the platforms were too short. And so we turned it into a museum. On your right, this standing statue is Mr. Jefferson, ambassador in Paris up until the French Revolution. And across the river we have a huge garden, a public garden, the Tuileries Garden. We know that Mr. Jefferson was very fond of strolling in this garden. And if you keep your eyes on the right, can you see a glass roof in the garden? Can you see it on the right? Mm-hmm. This is another museum. This is the Orangery Museum. And in this museum you can see the famous water lilies of Monet. So you have all the Impressionists, you can see them in the Orsay Museum, of course. This is those of the water lilies that he donated to the state right after the First World War, and they're all exhibited in the Orangery Museum here on your right. So also a very nice museum to enjoy. Museum, so according to the size you like, and the size of too, you can choose.
Sunrise to starlight, day to night. Nature's canvas unfolding so grand. In this journey we're living unplanned.
Now let's cross the river. I really like the views from the bridges. I think these are the most beautiful views of Paris. Look at that. So on the right, the Louvre. On the left, you see a building with a huge glass roof. This is the Grand Palais. It was also an exhibition hall for the World Fair.
Clouds above, valleys below, filled with whispers of love. On this road, every seed's a delight. From sunrise to starlight, day to night. Nature's canvas unfolding so grand.
Egypt. We got to choose it. We didn't steal it. We did steal some art through Napoleon, but not that one. But here, during the French Revolution, instead of the obelisk, we had the guillotine, right? 7,000 heads were cut. Yes, on this square, dark chapter of the history, including Louis XVI and Marie Antoinette. They also were killed on this square. It was actually called the Revolution Square. And then after the revolution, we thought, okay, we're going to find another name. And Concord meaning, you know, agreement. It was a symbol to try to make people live together again. And on the left, we're about to drive up the most famous avenue sound like a local, you say Les Champs. Les Champs. We are on Les Champs. Okay. And you sound French this way. You sound like a local. Okay, because we want you to be experts. So you are currently driving on Les Champs. Yes. And on each side here, you mostly have gardens and parks. It's very green. On your left, you see we have a beautiful building. So it faces the Grand Palais I have described previously. You will see again on your left this big building with the glass roof. So initially for a World Fair and then for the Olympics. But this is an exhibition hall in general. At the moment, we currently have a contemporary art fair. Now, do some of you also watch, or have you watched the Audrey Hepburn movies, like Funny Face or Charade? So now you have a bit of everything. Also, you have Five Guys on your left. So you see, anyone can afford Les Champs now. Everyone have the possibility to enjoy it in one way or the other. Do you think we can do like two? And then we can come back here
Nature's canvas unfolding so grand in this journey we're living on the way.
Yes, McDonald's on one side, Saint Laurent on the other side. So, now the arch. Of course, it's a very important landmark in Paris. I like it. I think it has nice proportions.
Valleys below, filled with whispers of love. On this road, every seed's a delight. From sunrise to starlight, day to night. Nature's canvas unfolding so
And he commissioned a few monuments for Paris, and they were all dedicated to his soldiers because he was constantly at war. And so this idea of having an arch, he just borrowed it from the Roman emperors. He never invented the arches, of course, he just copied the symbol of emperors. And when he died, this was only a few meters high, and we didn't know what to do with this unfinished building, symbol of a fallen emperor. So it took a few years to complete it. Now, I don't know if you can see it, but there is a tiny flame underneath the arch. But today is quite busy, so you have a lot of people and you have the flower threads also around it. This is the tomb of an unknown soldier from the First World War. And so it was very strategic to put it right in the middle of the arch, because the aim was to say that we didn't want any army to walk underneath the arch, because that was the aim. Okay, we have some people who try to cross this road around the arch. It is not possible because it's obviously very dangerous. But some people still try. There is actually an underground connection for people who want to see the arch. So, but some people live their life on the fast lane and they try to take risks. So, yes, arch. The first aim is to welcome a victorious army back in town, and by having this flame right in the middle, we were saying no more of these armies walking back to us. It was a nice try, it didn't really work, we had more walls, but this flame is being rekindled every day at 6:30 p.m. by Association of Veterans. So you might see the flame now on your left. And on your right and the far end, you will see the business district of Paris, La Défense. Huge tall buildings, and these are all the headquarters of big companies like oil, internet, insurance companies. They're all over there. To today is not too bad with the traffic because it's Sunday, but this roundabout is quite a driving test. Nobody wants to end here, usually. And back on Les Champs. Do you know that we have a famous song about Les Champs-Élysées? So it's by Jodassin, a French singer, and it says that on the Champs-Élysées, at night or during the day, whether the sun shines or whether it rains, you have everything you need. And we've just seen together that indeed we have everything we need on the Champs-Élysées. So pretty true.
Cruising down the highway, windows down low, sunset paints the sky.
Now we also gather for special events. It is blocked to the cars. It's like all pedestrian. And people gather here because we have a big firework on the Triumphal Arch. So 31st of December, packed with people waiting for the firework. And also I'm sure you've heard of the Tour de France. Yes, the bike race around France. It always ends on the Champs-Élysées, except for this year, because of the Olympics. So it ended in Nice, in the south. But yes, usually this race ends here. We have new restaurants, new places, but also old ones. On the right, you see this restaurant on the corner with the red store, the Fouquet's. Dates back to the 1880s. It's a very old restaurant. Quite expensive, very good quality, the Fouquet's. We have a lot of celebrities going there, and we use around money. Very French. Now also something I have to tell you, and I know it's going to hurt, but we do not wear berets. Yeah. If you see people with a beret, it's actually people visiting Paris or somebody working in tourism. They're very cute though, that's for sure, but it's more of a stereotype. But we do buy baguettes, okay? This baguette thing is not, it's a reality. We buy a baguette every day. And if you want to be a real Parisian, when you buy your baguette in your bakery, you ask for a baguette tradition, like tradition, yes. Baguette tradition. Tradition. Very important, because the baguette tradition is all made in the premises on site with
dreams flying high. No maps, no plans, just an open road. Wherever it leads, we'll happily go. Each sight, each sound, a memory to keep. This adventure, dreams run deep. On this road, every scene's a delight. From sunrise to starlight, day and night. Nature's canvas,
we often say that Paris
so
is the
grand.
city of light,
Journey,
the city of
living on
the city of gastronomy, but it's also the city of fashion, right? You know this? Huge in Paris. Beginning of October, we had the Fashion Week here.
on this road, every
That was
scene's
big.
a
And so now we're going to take a ride on this incredible Avenue Montaigne. So remember this guy we touched the foot of in front of the Sorbonne? He was Montaigne. So now we're going to drive on the avenue that has his name. So you see, Montaigne is very prestigious. It's all about university, and now this Avenue Montaigne is all about fashion. But when we talk about fashion in this avenue, it's like haute couture, l'angle d'or de la mode. Look at this on each side. Dolce Gabbana, Chloe, Celine. See all the very nice brands. And you see the way everything is organized with the little stores and the fences and the mini gardens and things. It looks almost British.
City streets pulse with energy so bright. Neon signs flashing in the depths of night. Skyscrapers stand tall.
Oh my god, I see a big crowd around here. So today we have a marathon in Paris. La Parisienne, it's called. So maybe we have some people, I don't know, people around. Oh, nice cars too. Dior is on your left, and they've just opened a Dior museum. Oh, you see there's a Dior team. I see all these people on their bikes. They seem to be a Dior team. More Louis Vuitton. And also a very famous hotel on your right, the Plaza Athénée. It's very famous for its red geraniums. They still have them, but I think they will soon remove them. But during the nice months, you always have those nice geraniums.
Down the highway, windows down low, sunset paints the sky in a fiery glow.
So we're going to go closer to the tower.
Filled with whispers of love on this road, every scene's a delight. From sunrise to starlight, day to night, nature's canvas unfolding so grand. In this journey, we're living unplanned. City streets.
Now, take a look on your right. You will see a big golden flame. Can you see this flame? It's actually the exact replica of the flame of the Statue of Liberty. Yes, so it's a present we got from the US to celebrate the 100th anniversary of the Statue of Liberty. We got it in 1986. But this flame also stands on top of a tunnel. This is where Lady Diana got killed. The origin for building Paris, it is part of our coat of arms. The coat of arms of Paris is a boat to remind us that the whole city was made thanks to the river. And we have a motto, a Latin motto, that says fluctuat nec mergitur, and it means tossed by the waves but never sinks. This is Paris motto. On your left you have a beautiful museum that currently has a temporary exhibition about zombies. See? So this is our Museum of the Primitive Arts. It was also named after a president, Mr. Jacques Chirac. Maybe you remember Jacques Chirac? Yes, before he was a president, he was the mayor of Paris, Jacques Chirac. And he made an incredible promise, because back then, before he was a president,
sunrise to starlight, day to night, nature's canvas unfolding so grand. In this journey we're living unplanned. City streets pulse with energy so bright. Neon signs flashing in the depths of night. Skyscrapers stand tall, reaching for the sky. As we pass by, with dreams flying high.
And so people ask, why do you do this? You don't like it and you're always up the tower. And he said, because this is the only place from where I cannot see it. Fair enough.
On this road, every scene's a delight. From sunrise to starlight, day and night. journey we're living unplanned. On this road, every scene's with the light. From sunrise to starlight, day to night. Nature's canvas unfolding so grand. In this journey we're living unplanned.
Derrière, I don't know. Sorry.
No, it's okay.
I think because at the back,
At the back.
stop.
Cruising down the highway, windows down low. Sunset paints the sky in a fiery glow. Mountains rise up, touching clouds above. Valleys below, filled with whispers of love. On this road, every scene's a delight. From sunrise to starlight, day to night. Nature's canvas unfolding so grand. In this journey we're living unplanned. City streets pulse with energy so bright. Neon signs flashing in the depths of night. Skyscrapers stand tall, reaching for the sky. As we pass by, with dreams flying high. No maps, no plans, just an open road. Wherever it leads, we'll happily go. Each sight, each sound, a memory to keep. In this adventure, dreams run deep. On this road, every scene's a delight. From sunrise to starlight, day to night. Nature's canvas unfolding so grand. In this journey we're living unplanned. On this road, every scene's with the light. From sunrise to starlight, day to night. Nature's canvas unfolding so grand. In this journey we're
Trying to
living
decide whether
unplanned.
it's better to live here or on the right bank, you know, very local. Actually, it's a bit different, but both are very nice. As I live on the right bank, I would say right, of course. And now we're about to see another very important landmark.
Paints the sky in a fiery glow. Mountains rise up, touching clouds.
Later, we decided to bring him back to Paris and to bury him in the Invalides because he also liked very much this military area. So let's drive around the Invalides because this is a huge actually place. Only a tiny part of this place is still a military hospital. This golden dome was an architectural feat in its time. You know, the Sun King, it was all about huge buildings. And on your right, keep your eyes on your right, you will see the back of the Rodin thinker sculpture. Can you see him right now? You see his back? In the gardens, this is the thinker by Rodin. So the famous sculptor now has a museum there on your right. I do recommend it a lot because the museum itself is a beautiful mansion and also has incredible gardens. And they're all very tiny. And if you look for a big gas station, you have to exit the city or go on the outskirts of Paris. Otherwise, it's all very small. Okay, perfect. So here the road is open, which is good news. We're going to be able to see the Invalides, and you see a bit of the Eiffel Tower too here. But you will see the main facade, the main entrance of the military hospital. The facade is absolutely beautiful. You see it on your left, look at that, it's been cleaned recently. And you see it's all about the military, even the trees are bullet shaped. See that? those green bullets. You have the cannons, and look at the roof of the building. You see the little windows on the roof. They are all in the shape of armored soldiers. So you see the tone is set. It's all about military.
With energy so bright, neon signs flashing in the depths of night. Skyscrapers stand tall, reaching for the sky. As we pass by, with dreams flying high. No maps, no plans, just an
So this area was also completely used during the Olympics with temporary venues. So you see on each side there's still, this was all completely blocked during the Olympics. Here near the Invalids. It's been reopened for only 3 weeks here. Maybe some more.
journey, living unplanned.
So are there things you are looking forward to eat in Paris? Macaron, yes. What else? I heard macaron, which is indeed something I do recommend. Very tasty. So macaron, we have 2 main brands. Did you know this? So we have the La Durée. La Durée is like the historical maker.
Cruising down the highway, windows down low, sunset paints the sky.
It has the name of a Russian Tsar because we had just signed an economic agreement with Russia in the late 1800s, and in order to celebrate it, we did this bridge. So you have a lot of movies, a lot of advertisements that are filmed here. For the Emily in Paris fans, we have also a scene that was filmed here. It's the filming of the Dollar perfume. They're trying to film a spot, and you know they have all those naked women walking.
Reaching for the sky as we pass by with dreams flying high.
Harmony in architecture was very well kept. That's what's so enjoyable in Paris in general. On your left you see we have a big wheel. It's temporary because we have a big fair that is about to settle there in the garden up until the beginning of January. The people come here to have fun at the fair until near January. I go there sometimes. It's quite fun. And on your right, you can say hello to Joan of Arc on her horse. Yes, famous French woman, Joan of Arc. She helped us when we had this terrible war against England. We called it the 100 Years' War, and we were about to lose. It was just a catastrophe. And the king was desperate. He didn't know what to do to take his power back. And so this young girl, we have to find a solution, so desperate. And she made it. And so he managed to be properly crowned and take his power back. And once she made it, he thought, okay, enough. Now you go back to your field and you have to be a woman, you know, and that's it. No more horse, no more knight, whatever it is. And she went on doing it because, you know, she wanted to keep on fighting and leading men and so on, and so she got arrested and they gave her to the English. You see the way we thank her? And so she was given to the enemy and she was burnt at stake. How horrible is that? So Joan of Arc, you know, and then she was rehabilitated and she became, you know, in the history of France. So we see her quite often. We reach another very famous area of Paris, the Opera House neighborhood, le quartier de l'Opéra. Now this avenue specifically is so very interesting because all the buildings are almost the same. Look at that. So it's all limestone, and you see there was an obsession with straight lines. That's quite obvious. So long, straight, wide avenue. All the buildings have the same height, and you see they have a balcony line on the floor, and this is just to reinforce this perspective. This was all thought up by one man called Mr. Haussmann. So we call this style the Haussmann style. And everything was organized for a very special social organization. Now, if you have a look at those buildings, whichever side, you will see that the way it's built up is always the same. If you have to look at the ground floor, it's always made for either a shop or a restaurant. This was the case since the beginning. So trade, something active. And then, is everything okay? Yeah, good. Then the second floor, you will notice all the restaurants. So that's the case everywhere. Ground floor, restaurant, shop. Second floor, mini storage. And third floor is where you have the nice balcony and where you have the nicest flats, okay, for the wealthiest families. And then the more the upper you went, the smaller the flat got, and underneath the roof, this is where the servants and domestics lived. And they had direct access to the wealthiest flats with their own private stairs. Now, can you understand why the nicest flats were the ones on the third floor with the balcony? Like, you know, completely new. This width was absolutely incredible. And so up the Opera Avenue is the Opera House. So we are currently cleaning the opera's facade, but they did something quite smart because on top of the scaffolding they put this picture of the real facade. So it gives you an idea of what it looked like. Absolutely huge opera. We call it Opéra Garnier. Right? Garnier is the name of the architect who won the competition. So Opéra Garnier, huge opera house, the biggest symbol of this modern era. All the buildings around are the same. Organization. Going to the opera house in the 1860s was a lot about showing off, you know. You were going there to enjoy ballet or opera, but you were also going there to show all your neighbors and your wealthy friends that you too were very wealthy, wearing your nicest clothes and jewelry, very important. Each sound, a memory to keep in this adventure. Dreams run deep on this road. Every season's a delight. And if you take a look on the right, we have some famous department stores. The Galeries Lafayette. Have you heard of these before? Yes, this is a typical Parisian institution. People always go to the Galeries Lafayette. So they were also built a little after the opera house, but the idea was the same. You go shopping, but you also go there to show off. So if you go inside the Galeries Lafayette, there is a huge cupola on top that you can see from the ground floor, very impressive. And also if you take all the escalators, you can go on the roof. I don't know, maybe on the right you can see people up there. Yes, so you have an incredible view from the roof of the Galeries Lafayette. And it's for free. Anyone can enter and go up the escalators and enjoy the view. You have a beautiful view over the opera house, which is quite nice. Sunset paints the sky in a fiery glow. Mountains rise up, touching clouds. Is more than crowded. With this craziness at the end of the year. Sunrise to starlight, day to night. Nature's canvas unfolding so grand in this journey. So the opera house is still here on your left. We're about to see the reason why Mr. Garnier won the competition, because the competition was launched by Napoleon III. He was the nephew of the first, and he was ruling France, and he's the one who launched the competition for a new opera house here. And Mr. Garnier won. So going to the opera is still very popular in Paris. And also going to the theatre. We have more than 100 theatres in Paris. But you know that we don't have musicals here. It's mostly plays. In order to enjoy a musical, we need to go to London or to New York. But the tradition in Paris is more plays. Do you know this name called Monopoly? Do you play Monopoly? Yes. We also have a French Monopoly. And in the French Monopoly, the most expensive street is this street where we drive, Rue de la Paix. So if you manage to buy Rue de la Paix at the French Monopoly, it means you're very rich. So welcome Rue de la Paix. In Rue de la Paix already, you will notice that we have a very nice shop. Towards a big column. I don't know if you can see it, but there's a man on top of this column. And this man is Napoleon. And he stands here on this beautiful square. Look at that, look at the architecture. This square is called the Vendôme Square. On your right, you can see the Ritz Hotel. You can see our Ministry of Justice on the right. And this square originally was made by the Sun King. It was a royal square, so until the French Revolution, in the middle of the square we had a statue of the king. And of course, with the French Revolution, the statue was destroyed. So there was plenty of space, and Mr. Napoleon, who got in power after the revolution, thought, oh wow, this is a nice square, I would love to see myself here. And so he had this huge column made. You see the column is entirely decorated, and it tells about a victory of Napoleon in Austerlitz, 1805. And so after this victory, he said, okay, I have to tell the rest of the world I won. I'm a powerful emperor. And so he had a huge column, and it's all covered with the history of this battle. Now, on this square, all the windows have to display jewelry, nothing else. So this is the Jewelers Square. And in the Ritz Hotel there on the left, this is where Lady Diana spent her last night. Yes, she was with Dodi Al-Fayed, right? She was there, they got in the car and they got chased by the paparazzi, and so they crashed underneath the flame of so grand in this journey we're living unplanned. City streets pulse with energy so bright. Neon signs flashing in the depths of night. Skyscrapers stand tall, reaching for the sky. As we pass by, with dreams flying high. No maps, no plans, just an open road. The weather is very nice today. It's actually unusually hot. It's not usually that hot in October, but it's very nice to enjoy. This is where you can see so many people strolling on the streets. Of course, Sundays, people use the opportunity to enter. So this creates a very nice local life. It makes it very lively. Of course, it makes it very busy during the weekdays too. And it's actually quite interesting to also see it during the week. We tend to work quite late in Paris, around 9:30. So yes, 5 weeks of holidays paid by your employer. Yes, but sometimes you can even get more in some companies. So you see, it's currently in a very important area where to meet up. Even before
Cruising
the
down the
house
highway,
was
windows
built
down low.
actually,
Sunset paints the
because we
sky
have theatres
in a
in this
fire
area
glow.
since the
Mountains rise up,
1700s.
touching clouds above. Valleys below, filled with whispers of love. On this road, every scene's a delight. From sunrise to starlight, day to night.
Boulevard des
Nature's canvas,
Italiens,
unfolding so
Boulevard
grand. In this
Italians.
journey, we're living unplanned.
Alors,
City
it's on the
streets
Capucines,
pulse
but very
with
soon we'll
energy
be on
so
the
bright.
Italians.
Neon signs flashing
Boulevard des
in the depths
Capucines,
of
Capucine
night.
was the name of a
Skyscrapers
monastery
stand
that
tall,
got
reaching for the
destroyed.
sky.
But
As
next
we
we're
pass
going to be
by,
on Boulevard of the
dreams flying
Italians.
high.
We
No maps,
also
no
got the tradition of
plans, just an
theatre
open
from
road.
Italy.
Wherever
And this
it
was
leads,
also
we'll
brought
happily go. Each
here
light, each
through
sound,
Medici
memory to
women
keep.
who got married to create an institution for only the French actors. It's called a French comedy, française, but yet he did allow the Italians to have their own.
The Eurostar to go to London on the train. We will be leaving at 8:15. Okay, so bring your bags down at 8 o'clock. Lobby. Okay, that's for the folks that are going to the Eurostar train that goes to London. So we'll be leaving at 8:15. I'll display all these timings on the board downstairs. For everybody else that is going to the airport and has a transfer with us, I'll just give you your departure times. Mercato is 5:45. Old Mary and the two Tillmans is 6:45. Javier's is 7:30.
Cruising down the highway, windows down low. Sunset paints the sky in a fiery glow. Mountains rise up, touching clouds above. Valleys below, filled with whispers of love. On this road, every scene's a delight. From sunrise to starlight, day to night. Nature's canvas, unfolding so grand. In this journey, we're living unplanned. City streets pulse with energy so bright. Neon signs flashing in the depths of night. Skyscrapers stand tall, reaching for the sky. As we pass by, with dreams flying high. No maps, no plans, just an open road. Wherever it leads, we'll happily go. Each sight, each sound, a memory to
people on the
keep.
terraces
This
of the
adventure,
cafes.
dreams run deep. On
This
this
is a
road,
very
every scene's a
important
delight.
This is
Sunrise to
sit
starlight,
down,
day to
order
night.
coffee and
Nature's canvas, unfolding so grand. In this journey, we're living unplanned.
The king decided to leave some arches, but like fake ones, to remind everyone that these used to be a gate to go inside the city through the wall. But
On this road, every scene's a delight. From sunrise to starlight, day to night. Nature's canvas, unfolding so grand. In this journey, we're living unplanned.
there, or armors, just to show, to tell people about defeated enemies. You have to make sure that public transportation is good, working well, and all the time, and you have to do proper bike lanes and also make rules, for everyone. But this is not the case because public transportation are not always reliable, and the bike riders, I don't even dare to ask Giovanni what he thinks about this. They're a nightmare. Okay, they don't respect anything, not even the pedestrians, and so it's a bit hectic during the week in Paris. Paris.
Streets pulse with energy so
But well,
bright.
we'll
Signs
see
flashing in the
what happens
depths
next.
of
You have another
night.
arch on your left. These are the two
For the sky.
left arches of this former city wall.
Maps, no plans, just an
Porte
open
Saint-Denis
road.
and Porte Saint-Martin, okay, which we love to do. So, oh my you will see, yes, a lot of people here, but the traffic is good, so it's okay. People gather here because we have a big statue who is a symbol of this republic, or because there's a market here. It's like a flea market. Oh my god, it's huge. You see, people enjoy the flea market. It's really good they don't have rain. So flea market, but very often we have demonstrations here, and you'll see on your left that there is a huge statue of a woman. This is our symbol of the republic. And you know the motto of our republic is Liberté, Égalité, Fraternité. It means liberty, equality, and fraternity. That's what she stands here for. You see, à la gloire de la République française, to the glory. So do you know that in Paris we have several districts? Have you heard this word arrondissement? Yes, arrondissement. It's a bit weird to pronounce, but we can translate it as district. And do you know how many of them we have? Any idea? Okay, so not 10, not 15, we have 20. You were not far. But up to 1860 we had 12. And then the city had to expand because we were more and more numerous. And so we embedded the neighboring villages around Paris and they became part of the capital. And so we jumped from 12 to 20 districts. Now, if you have a look at the name of the bride, you know that you have to be extremely reactive. So it's a bit of a fight, so that's the craziness. The prices are always higher, and we also have this diplomacy with Airbnb. And this empty flats that could be used for people to live in, but are used to make money locally, so well.
With the light, from sunrise to starlight, day to night. Nature's canvas unfolding so grand. In this journey we're living unplanned.
Great, it really is a very nice venue. We are actually driving on them. This was the former Bastille fortress. So it's no longer here, but they have done those, they have put those dots and signs on the ground to remind people where it was.
Sky in a fiery glow. Mountains rise up, touching clouds above.
We're driving along
Filled with whispers of love. On this
Carroll.
road, every
This is not
sea's a
a river, it's actually another waterway that leads up into the Seine. We're about
nature's canvas unfolding so grand. In this journey we're living unplanned. City streets pulse with energy so bright. Neon signs flashing in the depths of night. Skyscrapers stand tall, reaching for the sky. As we pass by, with dreams flying high. No maps, no plans, just an open road. Wherever it leads, we'll happily go. Each sight, each sound, memory to keep. In this adventure, dreams
So we are now taking the direction of the south of Paris towards an area called Place d'Italie, the Italy Square. This is where your hotel is, and this name of the square is easily explainable. It's because it's the southern part of Italy where we used to have a gate outside of the city and the road leading down to Italy. It's located in the 13th district. We are not Notre Dame on the right. You see the back of Notre Dame. Nice view. And on the left, you have a very long building which seems to have its feet in the river. Can you see this very long building there, horizontal? This is our Ministry of Finances. Mr. Macron, our president, originally he was Minister of Finances, so he was working there before he was elected. And this ugly building of the finances, I have to say, these old buildings, and it was very difficult to keep them out. So they were kicked by Mr. Mitterrand, and instead he had this rather ugly building made, but he managed to move them from the beautiful Louvre there, which to me is really incredible. And so he decided to have the Louvre only consecrated to art, normal finances there.
Skyscrapers stand tall, reaching for the sky. As we pass by, with dreams flying high. No maps, no plans, just an open road. Wherever it leads, we'll happily go. Each sight, each sound, a memory to keep. In this adventure, dreams run deep. On this road, every scene's a delight. From sunrise to starlight, day to night.
On the left you can see there is an open air section of the metro. Most of the Parisian metro is underground, but you have this section.
Cruising down the highway, windows down low. Sunset paints the sky in a fiery glow. Mountains rise up, touching clouds above. Valleys below, filled with whispers of love. On this road, every scene's a delight. From sunrise to starlight, day to night. Nature's canvas unfolding so grand. In this journey, we're living unplanned. City streets pulse with energy so bright. Neon signs flashing in the depths of night. Skyscrapers stand tall, reaching for the sky. As we pass by, dreams flying high. No maps, no plans, just an open road. Wherever it leads, we'll happily go. Each sight, each sound, a memory to keep. In this adventure, dreams run deep. On this road, every scene's a delight. From sunrise to starlight, day to night. Nature's canvas unfolding so grand. In this journey, we're living on.
Anyway, it changed. It's a beautiful neoclassical building. You can see the facade here in front. The dome is spectacular. The columns are Corinthian style.
On this road, every scene's a delight. From sunrise to starlight, day to night. Nature's canvas unfolding so grand. In this journey, we're living unplanned. Cruising down the highway, windows down low.
Ay, nakabidyo.
Sky in a fire. Mountains rise up, touching clouds above. Valleys below, filled with whispers of love. On this road, every scene's a delight. From sunrise to starlight, day to night. Nature's canvas unfolding so grand. In this journey, we're living unplanned. City streets pulse with energy so bright. Neon signs flashing in the depths of night. Skyscrapers stand tall, reaching for the sky. as we pass by, with dreams flying high. No maps, no plans, just an open road. Wherever it leads, we'll happily go. Each sight, each sound, a memory to keep. In this adventure, dreams run deep. On this road, every scene's a delight. From sunrise to starlight, day to night. Nature's canvas unfolding so grand. In this journey, we're living unplanned.